Hello, welcome to another episode of a Barber's Connection podcast. I am your host, Chris, and today we have another guest. Let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Caprice, aka Pre. Everyone calls me Pre. From Dallas, Texas. What else should I say? I'm from Dallas. I'm a makeup artist and a burlesque performer / drag performer. I do a lot of things, which we will get into, I'm sure.
We definitely will.
I'm happy to be here. Finally.
For real, it's been a long time coming. We've been
Listen, that's on me. I had to cancel because I had to go on set, but I'm back. I'm here. We're here.
We've done a lot of rearranging, both you and me. It's been crazy, but let's start there. Like, you're a you do drag and you do burlesque. When did you start doing that, and what got you into it?
Right after. Okay, I feel like after the pandemic, everyone was like, what can I do to not be who I was before the pandemic? So like I got roller skates. I started roller skating again, and then I got divorced. We won't talk about that. No, we can talk about it. It's fine. I got divorced, and then after that, I was just feeling really shitty about myself, and I just had to remember the things that I used to love to do, which was dance. I danced all of high school. And drag, of course, which I grew up with. My mom used to put that shit on the TV. And yeah, so I was like, let me just do it. I worked at Forever 21 in Hollywood when I moved to LA in 2018.
Right before COVID.
Right before COVID, and I worked at Forever 21 in Texas, and thank goodness. I don't stand by Forever 21. It's one of the worst companies you can work for. You can cut that out if you want to, but I don't see no brand deals coming anytime soon. For Forever 21. But yeah, I transferred to Forever 21. I stayed on literally right on Hollywood Boulevard, and I worked with this drag performer named Kiki, and I just hit them up one day, and I was like, hey, can I do drag? And they said yes, and they put me in the next show that they had. And that's
so from the moment you hit them up to the moment the next show was, what was that time period like?
Ooh, so I hit them up, I think, a week before they put me in the show.
Oh, damn.
Because they had a monthly show that they would do called Bed. No, it's not a thing anymore because the bar that it used to be in, they moved or something like that. And yeah, the next week, basically the next week, I had to get myself together.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so you've been doing it since 2018.
I've been doing drag since like 2021, 22.
Okay.
And then I slowly went into burlesque. I kind of combined the two. We call it draglesque because you have to lip sync and perform at the same time.
And I've done, like, I've gone to a drag show in, what is it, Hamburger Mary, I think it's called.
Oh, you went to the drag shows.
Yeah, those.
Wait, how'd you like it? Did you like it?
It's actually pretty cool.
It's fun, huh? It's fun. Silly.
It's
ridiculous.
Because again, like the way I think of it myself, like I'm very open-minded when it comes to whatever it is that people do. You know, you do what you do. It doesn't bother me.
It's definitely intimidating when you don't know the environment.
But definitely. But I feel like the group that I went with also was very... The two times I've gone... Because I've gone twice. The two times I've gone with the group I've gone have been very welcoming in the sense of... And because, again, they are kind of in that area. Yeah. So it was definitely fun. It was definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
I will say they.
It's crazy. Well, that's the whole point of it too. It's just like it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be these people like, well, some of them it's either their true selves or because there are trans drag performers. It's people who are either their true selves or their alter egos. It's just people who want to entertain because drag started off as an act of resistance, and it just blossomed into this thing where everyone can enjoy because they feel the like, what's the word? They feel the passion behind it. They feel, the community of it, because that's what it really is about. It's about community. And when I got my divorce, I didn't have a community. So I was like, I have to go look for it in order to, feel like I belong somewhere.
No, and honestly, I feel like when you find a group that is in the same mental like in the same mentality you're in, it's very easy to fit in. Especially like, I mean, you doing drag and burlesque. For me, it's been again, I just started the whole fitness goal and fitness. You know, for me, it was being in this High Rocks group that I've been doing for the past month and a half now has been one of those that it's like the people I talk to, the people I interact with, it's just a great overall feeling, and it's been fun to say the least. You know, don't get me wrong. I mean, before we even started recording, I was telling you guys how I was hating life because I'm still sore, but I'm like,
no, you've been killing it though. I've been seeing it.
But it's crazy because, you know, I'm complaining about it right now on Monday.
But you do seem happy. But when you talk about it, you seem happy about it.
I have another training class on Sunday, so it's an oh no while I'm doing it, but then after.
But do you feel a difference in your body already?
I feel it 1,000%.
How long have you been doing it?
A month and a half. I've been a month and a half. Yeah. No, has it been a month? Yes, a month and a half now. Because it's every other Sunday, so I've been doing it for a month and a half, and it's, I kid you not, from the first session to now gonna be going on to technically a 5th session. I'm already
big difference. Yeah.
I'm like, I've lost some weight. I've definitely been able to keep up. I've learned more about my body than I have in a very long time, because it's one. I have to, you know, weddings hopefully soon, but no, yeah, it's been a lot of running, a lot of moving around, a lot of just holding myself. You know, it's crazy because before I was couldn't hold myself accountable, but now it's one of those that, like, if I don't at least go run, if I don't go train during the week or during those 2 weeks, Sunday I'm gonna die.
Yeah. And I think it's also one of those things where it's also easy to make an excuse to not do something. So if you know you need to do it, but it's easier to make an excuse not to do it. What I learned is it takes 21 days to make a habit. So if you just keep strong those 21 days, after that it becomes something that's a constant. And you don't really have to think about, like, if you want to go, I'm just gonna go.
No, yeah, no, and it's funny because they have 2 sessions on Sunday. They're an hour and a half long.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, it's an hour and a half class, but, like, in reality, we're doing, like, an hour 10, an hour 15. Yeah. So it's not, like, the whole hour and a half, you know, but still it is a lot. But
because you have cool down times, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's one of those that it's definitely, if you're not there, you kind of don't really see how everything is developing, but it is fun. But, like, I mean, like I said, out here in the valley, there's not that many big or that many High Rocks classes, or it's not a very heard of thing. So they only have 2 classes, 2 sessions on every other Sunday, and it's an 8 a.m. class and an 11:30 class.
Wow.
And it's crazy because you're like, well, damn, on a Sunday at 8 a.m. First of all,
it's the best way to start your day.
For me to get up to go to work on a regular day basis is one of those that I'm like, fuck, I don't want to get up, I don't want to get going. But this, I'm up at like 6 in the morning, I'm getting ready, and I'm out the door by 7 o'clock, and sometimes it's just like, but it's definitely fun. It's been entertaining, and like I said in the previous, 2 episodes ago, I really want to get into competing. You know, I want to compete, and I want to be able to do this, you know, because it's, you know, just like people have been running, you know, the High Rocks is a whole other achievement, and I feel like that'll just lead up into more things. But definitely, like, even so, because they don't sell tickets, it's completely free. And I was me and Emily were both on the app at 11:55, and we were like, hopefully we gotta get our ticket, right? Literally, so it opened right at 12. We got our ticket right at 12. And I was like, let me just refresh it. Let me see if there's still, you know, again, it was barely it just turned 12:01. Already sold out.
All the tickets gone?
Sold out. Because it's only 50 spots, so you got to keep in mind.
Yeah, so you got to be ready.
But even that, like 50 and 50, that's 100 people. 100 people are coming from all over the valley.
That's amazing. When is that again?
That's every other Sunday.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so
they're making some bank. I need to get in the gym.
It's free.
Free.
They're doing it for free. So it's a run club. So it's not you're not even
a running
paying.
club. Okay, right.
So it's considered it's considered a run club, but it's a community growing, community. Definitely. And but it's been fun. It's been fun to say the least. I mean, you said you're from Texas.
Go Cowboys.
I was just about to ask you. You a Cowboys fan?
There was a very specific guest on the show a few episodes ago talking mess about our Cowboys.
Hey, we have a game, Cowboys Packers, that is, I think it's a Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, it's a Packers-Rams Thanksgiving game, but we're going. I'm trying to go to the Cowboys-Rams game out here. So, SoFi, Rams, if you guys are hearing me, Cowboys, if you guys are hearing me.
You got to lock in, okay?
Send us some fucking
See, I always say this same thing. Like, I can't root for any other team because my dad will hear it. No matter where he is. He lives in Texas. But, like, if he hear me cheering for any other team that's not the Cowboys, like, I feel like he'll strike me down.
So, okay, so you're a Cowboys fan. Are you also a Mavericks fan? Like a Dallas Mavericks fan?
Like,
or are you into any other sport?
Yeah, we would watch. See, I grew up in Texas. When we went to high school, I was in drill team. Texas is a big football state. Yeah. So I was in drill team, which is like a very disciplined like dance group basically. So we would perform at the halftime of every football game. My high school was called the Creekview Mustangs, and we would perform at every football game, and then we would perform at like assemblies and stuff like that. But it was more disciplined than cheerleading. It was a little bit toxic, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the way that they treated us was a little crazy about like skirts and like no boyfriends, and like I know I got in trouble for twerking in a locker room once.
Oh, so they were super.
It was weird. It was a very weird time for me. But yeah, we were big football people, so I knew a lot about football. We watched the Mavericks too. My dad would watch like basketball and stuff. I never really got was around baseball like that.
Okay.
So it was just baseball was just like one of those things, because it was like football, basketball, and in high school it was like wrestling. Like everybody wanted to do wrestling or basketball or football, and then basketball was for the tall black boys who didn't know where they were going or what they were doing. The goofballs, the big goofballs, basically. Okay. So Mavericks, yes. It's weird because I knew a lot of the players. I knew the names, I knew the faces of the players, but whatever was happening, I'd just be like, yeah. Right now I'm into basketball because I love Big Ellie. You know Ellie the elephant? It's women's football. Women's women's basketball, and it's a mascot named Big Ellie, and she's an elephant, and she's so T.
Is she the
one you see and always dancing with the glasses?
Oh no.
No? Oh my god.
I'm thinking it's I'm thinking the New York Liberties mascot.
That is.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah,
that's
Big Ellie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it was so it's definitely the person I was thinking.
That's it. That's the only basketball I know right now.
Okay. But okay. So you already told me when you came from California. Do you ever being here in California, are you ever like, I miss Texas and I would want to go back to Texas?
The overall answer would be no. I don't think I'd go anytime soon. I want to go back to Texas, only because it's just I grew up there, and when I moved out of Texas, there was a lot of trauma that I left behind in Texas. And I feel like moving out of Texas really helped me work on said trauma and figure out, like, I don't think I would have really known myself had I stayed in Texas. And I feel like I would have really went into this box, not that I was going to be forced into that box, but I feel like I would have just fallen into that box of like getting married young, having a house, having an office job. It just wasn't for me. Even growing up, like the music people listen to wasn't for me. Like I didn't relate to a lot of people that were around me because I just felt so different. And like I was really, really, really trying to figure out who I was. I would go back older, much older, ready to get a house, ready to like. Okay. Because I love Texas. Like Texas is my home. Like I incorporate Texas a lot into like my drag and my burlesque. Like that'll never leave me. I'll always be a Texan. Like even sometimes when I'm driving, Manny says when I'm driving, that's when it really comes out. When I'm yelling at people, that's when the Southern really comes out. Or when I'm around them, he says when I'm around my family when we visit, like my accent comes back a little bit. But like
I think it's when I really pay attention that you kind of
a little bit. It's a little bit there. But yeah, I go back for my family. I miss my family. I miss my mom. Like, I miss my mom. She came in. She visited me a few.
Well, I saw that. Was that a surprise?
Yes, like, I had no idea.
Did Manny have?
Yes, of course he did. Everybody knew. So I had a big show that I was doing. Even the producers knew. The producers told me that my mom messaged them months before about it.
Oh, damn.
And like, I was texting her. I was like, "Oh my gosh, do you want to watch the show live?" And she's like, "Yeah, send me the link." And then she walked in when I was like walking around, and she surprised me. But I was like very depressed when she left for some reason. I was just like, I was so depressed. And usually I'm not that depressed when she leaves or when I come back home from Texas. But like that specific moment, like I was really depressed.
Do you think it had a lot to do with she was able to see you perform and do, because
it was
based off of the way you talk about it, you love to do what you do, what you're doing right now, so do you think that has some part to doing it and why you were so,
I think it was a pretty big weekend. She did really see me because I'm like, whose mom is gonna go see them take off their clothes? It's not
and
weird.
She was there hyping you up.
She had money. She had stacks. But like it's not weird for me necessarily because my mom has always been like that girl she would walk around the house with me and my sister naked and just be, because she just don't care. She doesn't care what people think about her, and also she just doesn't care. Like, she introduced me to like Drag Race and stuff like that.
Oh damn.
And she's like, if the only thing she would tell us is whatever you want to do, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a lawyer. I really wish you would be, but you don't have to be. But whatever you do, you put your whole ass into it and you work and you do what you want to do and you do it well. That's all she cares about. Everything else, she's listen, everybody was running up to me and they were like, "Yo, mama got stacked. She's throwing money on the ground." Half the money on the ground was her. I was like, she came ready, I guess. But yeah, I think overall right now, no. Definitely don't want to move back to Texas. Miss Texas a lot. Texas is just so different. I just feel like it's so much quieter too. It's just so much.
It definitely is. I've gone to Texas a couple times to go. So one time I went and I just went to visit, just to see around, and I went to see Dallas's stadium. Did the outside.
Our stadium's okay.
Yeah, it was.
Our skyline is beautiful.
Definitely,
but our city.
It's crazy because like
we have a lot of art, beautiful art. That's one thing I think LA's missing a little bit. It's just the art.
It's crazy.
No, well, not necessarily, because there's a lot of art in LA, like a lot more art than I would see in Texas. But like the environment of downtown, compared to LA's, is very different.
Very, very different. Yeah, no, for sure. It's funny because the people I was out there with, they were like. I was like, again, I've lived in California all my life. I've lived in the Valley all my life. We see gas prices and we're in the $3, $4, $6 races, right? So when I went out there the first time,
you were like, what the hell?
They were like, I was going to give them $20 to put in for, I was like, they're driving me around, they're taking me around, and it is what it is, right? I was like, here, let me give you guys some gas money, right? They're like, oh no, it's expensive right now, and I was like, well, how much is it? I'm like, it's California,
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, right now it's like $3. I was like, what?
$3.
$3. I was like, yeah, you're tripping.
I think the first time me and Manny visited, it was like $2.
Yeah, so $2.50. Yeah, so you see, like, to me, I'm like, here, take $40 and then fill that shit up, like, and it wasn't because out there in Texas they drive nothing but big cars.
Yeah.
Everyone's either big cars or diesel trucks or
rundown old cars from 2000s that you ain't never seen before. My daddy owned a, what is it called? Oh my God. It starts with a T.
Tundra?
Nope.
Tacoma?
No, it's like a really old where the seatbelt like went up. Like you don't put down the seatbelt, it just goes up and down. I missed that car. That was a cool car.
Dang, okay. But, yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely, okay. And then, so you were talking about music is different. Your music style was different than what you were hearing out in Texas. What are you into? Well, what was playing? I guess what was out there?
So, like, I hate to be that bitch. I'd be like, I love a lot of different music. But, like, at the time, the group of friends that I had, it was besides my one friend, Shane, she lives in Chicago, or they live in Chicago now. And we got along because we felt the same way. We were like these the weird black girls. So like we would listen to R&B and rap, like that's us, that's in us. But like we would also listen to like Arctic Monkeys and Lana Del Rey and Def Leppard. I was really into like the old 80s rock, and Michael Jackson, of course. Like I had it on repeat. I'll never forgive you, Margarita, for stealing my Michael Jackson album, and Your Bunny Rabbit Tried to Bite Me. When I See You, it's on site. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like that was my thing. Like 80s rock, I was really big into that. I was really into like flat ironing my hair and like doing the bedhead. I like the
whole little poof thing.
Yeah, I was doing humps and stuff like that, and it was, I felt weird because I felt like I belonged in both spaces. Like I would be that girl running around like, what the hell you gonna do? Like I was that, but I was also that. But when I was in that mode of who I was, I felt people looked at me funny, or people were like, well, that's weird, I can't relate to that. So it was an odd time because I felt weird. Like I would go home and I would lock myself in the room and close the door. And my sister at one point thought I was a vampire because like I had black curtains, black sheets. I would close the door, like I wouldn't come out. She thought I was a vampire because it just, I don't know, I was just angsty like that. But you didn't see a lot of black angsty, like, you know, young girls back in the days that I grew up. Everybody was like very much, you know, hair slicked back, like super. I didn't grow up in the hood. I grew up half in the hood, I would go to my daddy's house like every other weekend, and that's when the real like country would come out. I would walk around barefoot no matter what, no matter where, even in the nice neighborhoods. If I went to the park, I was barefoot. But it was just, I don't know, I can't explain it. It was just, I had two different worlds going on. Like I would listen to like Sipping on Fofos, and then I would switch to like Feel the Rain on Your Skin and like being my like white girl. Damn. I don't know, it's hard to explain because I guess it makes sense now that I'm like in drag and burlesque and like I do stuff like that. I guess more artsy. I was a lot more artsy than a lot of people. A lot more want to be more of a creator, if that makes sense.
And I feel like that's where like California and out here in the valley, it makes sense, definitely, because everyone is very, you know, I feel like everyone's got their own little personality, and we're all so close knitted that it's just like it. I don't know. To me, it's.
I love the community. I
love how it is in. You know, obviously there's those people that are like, oh, I don't fuck with your community because, you know, your community's not my community. But I feel like there's more people that are like, I fuck with your community, I fuck with your community, I fuck with your community, and it is what it is, right? Because at the end of the day, I guess the way I see it is, our people, you know, people are people, and you can. I was talking to somebody about this earlier, that you can never please everybody. Yeah. You know, you're always gonna be wrong with somebody, and it is what it is, and it's all on how you deal with it. You know, because you can always be like, well, they don't fuck with me, but
I'm very much that though.
Very much.
I'm very much, if you don't, well, I'm very much like, if I don't fuck with you like that, like I'm not gonna waste my time to try to tell you why I don't fuck with you. If I don't fuck with you, I'm just not gonna talk to you. If I care about you and then you acting an ass, then that's when I feel like it's worth my energy to be like, I love you so much, but you acting crazy. But if it's somebody who like, okay, I just don't like how you act and I don't fuck with you like that, then I don't feel the need to go through all of that to tell you about yourself, because you have a life, I have a life. Who am I to tell you like how to live it? But yeah, it's this community. I love. Did I tell you I almost moved to Canada?
No.
I almost moved to Canada. So I moved out in LA to become a makeup artist. Okay. I went to makeup school specifically in LA to stay here. My mama didn't know that at the time, but when I graduated, I was like, I'm not going back home. Surprise.
When you graduated high school?
Nope. When I graduated high school, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I definitely knew I wanted to go to a makeup school. I didn't know what makeup school. The first makeup school I looked at was in Canada, and I was this close to moving to Canada. And then I got an ad or something for another makeup school that offered housing. And so I was like, let me do that one in LA. And also let me party. I heard parties are in LA. But I'm a behaved kid. Like my mom, she was very much drink in front of us, so we know how you act when you're drunk. And I was very much like, I don't want to drink at all, actually. I'm good. But you can ask people. I'm very hyper vigilant. When we go to like parties, I'm the one that's like,
yeah,
how you doing? Like I feel like the most in tune with everything.
And I feel like that's a good quality to have as a person, just being aware, especially being out in California and being out in LA. And I'm not saying that everybody's out to be a negative person or do this and that, but there is those people that are out there doing that shit, and you're just like, you really got to just be aware of your surroundings and see where everything is at. Especially, I mean, I feel like I'm always very like, yeah, I can I can be lit, but again, I have to be.
You can be lit,
but I have to be very like aware. But again,
it's okay. You repented.
No, definitely. But those like when I'm like when we're having those house parties that we go to, I get the way I get
because you're comfortable.
Because I'm comfortable with the people I know that there's nobody that's gonna be on some weird stuff or on some disrespectful things, But like, let's say we go out to like a club or a bar or a lounge, I'm very like aware of who's around me, what's around me, just because again, you just never know.
You would have loved Texas as a youngin' though. That's all we did was have house parties, barbecues.
You know what's crazy?
Kids would sneak out parties when their moms are gone.
I never partied like that. Like I would do like the family parties, the things like that. But like we had parties out here. We had like all these like underground raves and things like that. But to me, my mom was very strict on like. Me
too. Yep. She was like, let me speak to the mom, the dad, the sister, the brother, everybody.
And even like that, it was still a no. And like for me, it was very like, even with sleepovers, she was very like. But again, her being an adult, she she knew what the world was about, And to me, I was very like, why, be mad? Oh, I'm mad at the world. Why? Yeah. But now that I'm like an adult and I'm like.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have went to that party with 30-year-olds.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone, or she. I remember her telling me, like I kid you not, I didn't have my first not sleepover. I guess you could say sleepover, like somewhere where my mom wasn't at, or I wasn't with like with my mom. Yeah. It wasn't until I was 18 and I went to a party out at in Santa Barbara. It's funny because. I didn't tell my mom this. I was like, I'm gonna go visit a friend, mom, this and that. Like, I was like, because back then I used to ref soccer, and it was out in that area. So I was like, let's just kill two birds, one stone. I was like, I'll go. And then we were there hanging out, and I already knew there was this party going on. But to me, I was like, it is what it is, right? I was like, we're not going to get too crazy. We can drive. Again, us being young, we're just like, we could drive back. But then we started going to town with these bottles and everything. And I was like,
maybe we can't drive.
I was like, and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, we're so tired. Keep in mind, my mom. So, again, I was 18. Yeah. I'm not saying go ahead and go do some underage drinking, y'all. But I was, my mom didn't know that I drank. I started drinking when I was like 16. But my mom didn't find out I really was drinking till I was 21. Yeah. So it's it was one of those, and it wasn't like crazy, but like it was those occasional like try it out, let me see what's good, but right, but it wasn't till 21 that she found out. But again, I was already lit, and I was like, I called her, I was like, Mom, we're not gonna make it back, like we're super tired, we're both gonna. Keep that at that time that we drove out there. I drove out with one of my friends at the time, and his car was stick shift. I didn't know how to drive stick, so I was like, we're tired. I can't drive stick, so I have to stay.
Y'all are crazy.
So I was like, I had to stay here. Keep in mind. Stick. But the party that we were at, it was one of the craziest. It was a block party at UCSB. That they called Deltopia, and it was just one of those that craziest party of the year, and we were there, and that's a whole story for another day. But
see, I grew up the middle child, so I don't really feel like I got to explore that type of childhood because my mom was a single mother, so she was working all the time. So I was making the meals. I was taking care of my sister. I was taking care of Snowball, our little dog at the time. My brother is an older brother. He was older than me, and he would come to me to ask if he can go outside, or me come to me and say, "Can you call mom and ask if I can get a snack?" So I didn't really have the life of like being party, like going to parties and going out with friends. I hung out with friends every once in a while, like my dance friends, but I never really. The one time I snuck out, it was the last time I snuck out because I embarrassed myself. We snuck out with 2 boys when I stayed over my friend's house, and we had to climb this fence. You know, the fence with the sharp little things at the top. I was like the last one to get over, and as soon as I lifted down, it got stuck right here, and it lifted everything. It got stuck in my bra and my shirt, so I'm facing my friends and these 2 boys, and boobs out. And they had to jump back over to lift me back up. It was a tall fence too. Yeah. And so it took a minute for them to like pull me off. I can't believe I'm telling this story. I'm so embarrassed. I'm not even being dramatic. Like my boobs were out. The shirt was like hanging over my head, and they were laughing. Damn. It was so. That was the last time I snuck out. I was like, that's a sign that I shouldn't do this. No fucking more.
It's crazy. Well, like for me, I'm technically a middle younger child because I have 3 other siblings. Yeah. You know, but my 2 older siblings, to just kind of paint into perspective, my sister is 15 years older than me, and my older brother is older than her. Don't ask me how old because I think it's 18 years. But
yeah. Why do we never know the ages of our siblings?
The only reason I know is my sister is because it's 15 years. It's always been brought up, you know? But
my brother is 34, 35 maybe. My sister is 22, I want to say.
Yeah, so you see, and then me and Rodney are 3 years apart. So like me and him were a little on the closer side, obviously, but I didn't really have to worry about like, oh, I have to take care of him, you know. Mom was a single mom for sure, and then she definitely did what she needed to do to get us.
I definitely had to lock in and be a little bit older than my age at the time.
You know what's crazy?
For a long time until I moved. Basically, I was
like, unless you like really like know me and Rodney, like people assume that Rodney is older, and he's actually younger than me. So it's just, I don't know. I guess it's the way we carry ourselves.
It's just how you grow up. Yeah.
But is it's probably that he's taller than me.
His voice is just deeper than you. Don't be mad.
And he's got all the white hairs going on.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, it's definitely. But yeah, so for me, it's always been like that. And then back to what we were.
Yeah, we went on like 20 different tangents. I fuck with that.
But I know you say you have some trauma, but do you have any
favorite trauma?
No,
yes.
A favorite. I
have my favorite trauma.
I was gonna say favorite memory.
Oh,
favorite
right.
Memory
yes.
In Texas.
Well, yes. Favorite memory. Oh my God. Okay. So a lot of my memories, specifically, it smells. But favorite memory, I would say my dance years for sure, because I just feel like my years with Shane and my years with just dance in general, some of the funniest moments that I think I've ever had, like laughing into my stomach like hurt, with those friends. I know last year I lost a friend named Zach, and he was a big part of like my memory. Like Zach, Shane, Miles, Mattia, like it was like a big group of just dance people, and like there was so many memories within that, but like that group as a whole was like a big part of like finding who I was. I would say with my mom and like my family, there was a random like night at like 3 a.m. in the morning. My mom woke me up and said, do you want to watch a movie? And I was like, yeah, are you about to kill the family? And you want to make one more memory? What the hell? But she woke me up, she said, you want to watch a movie? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, come lay in my bed. And I went and laid in her bed, and we watched Titanic. And it was just a really random memory. It feels like a dream, but I know it happened. I know it happened because I remember the sun rising. But we watched Titanic, and it was just like me laying in bed with it was like we never really had that one-on-one because I didn't really get along with my mom and my grandma. I got along with my mom a little bit, but she wasn't my best friend like she is now back in the day because she was going through her own stuff and she was a completely different person. She was growing up with us. She had my brother very, very young, so she was kind of growing up with us but also going through a lot of like different shit. So like that moment felt like one of those moments where it was like weird because it felt like love from a mom, but you know, not that I didn't get love from her, but she was very like tough with me and my brother. Like she would whoop us. She don't walk out of the house no crop top. But she was very, very different than what she used to be, or what she is now. Excuse me. So it just felt like one of those moments. Like even though we weren't cuddling, I just felt very wrapped in her because she was there. Like it was like a subtle acknowledgement. Like I see you, and it was a really good memory. And I fell in love with Titanic and Leonardo DiCaprio. That night because it was my first time watching it. That's some long movie. You know, have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's like a 3-hour movie. So we were the sun was rising at like 6 maybe. I don't remember how the time was working back then. Time was slower back then. But that's one of my favorite memories.
I can do long movies. One of my favorite movies is Blood In, Blood Out, and that's
you
like
ate
a
that?
3.5-hour movie that is actually produced by Disney, which is crazy to me, but I enjoy it. But okay, so
Disney known for a lot of blood. I digress. What's up? What's the next question? I'm sorry. Trauma?
No, you're good. So you do makeup, okay?
Yes.
Not okay, like whatever.
Okay, whatever. Don't care.
But big deal. Ooh, you do makeup. I'm just kidding. But favorite dream, I guess. What would you call it? Dream job? Dream makeup session?
Ooh,
dream
I don't
makeup?
know. Okay. I don't know if I'm like being a little egotistical, but I can now officially call myself a celebrity makeup artist, I guess.
You technically can.
I technically can.
So for you guys that don't know, she's gonna tell you guys who's
I've done. I've done Cat's Eye. If you've seen the Gap commercial, the really famous one of them dancing, I did that commercial. I did Laura and Sophia for those 3 days that we were on set. I've done Elon Musk's daughter, Vivian. I don't even want to call her that because she's a completely different person. She's way better than her dad. But Vivian is her name. I've just been on set with a lot of different people. Khalid, I've been on set to assist with.
So dope.
Yeah, my dream job, I would say, I want to do a tour. There's a girl that I assist for who's, she just came back from a Lady Gaga tour. And she just seemed like she had so much fun. And I want to do that, but I want to do it like Beyonce, like helping the background dancers like she did or something like that. I don't know. I just love to do makeup on people. And I just love to do cool. Like the other day, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I painted somebody all silver and glitter.
I saw that.
You saw that? It was cool, huh?
Was
like I want to do cool stuff like that. Like I don't really care about who the person is. Like I don't really care to like do celebrities. That's not something that I want. Like of course, like I would love to do a celebrity that I like look up to, but I don't really look up to celebrities like that because like it's a little weird. But I just want to work. I just want to do cool stuff. That's it. I just want to create and I want to do better because I took a hiatus of makeup for like years. A few years ago, I got my entire kit stolen. Oh. And so I quit and I was like, I'm never going to be able to make my kit back because that's thousands of dollars. And then I finally felt like last year which I'm grateful for because last year was like my first year back to makeup and I got that big Gap job and I was like, maybe this is for me. But yeah, I quit for a very, very long time and I didn't think I was going to ever get back to doing makeup. And now I've done so many people, I've done so many things and I'm like, now I can't stop because it's like, it's getting bigger than I imagined. I'm so grateful for the jobs that I have now. I just want to keep doing that.
That's kind of how, it's funny because the barber pole I have tattooed on me, I got it done before I was even graduated from barber school, and like I feel like barbering and makeup is one of those.
One and the same.
Kind of, you have to be very attention to detail, very paying attention. Like it's not one of those things. Some people are skilled and it naturally comes to them. Mm-hmm. But like to me, I definitely did struggle, and there was times where I was like, I want to quit, and it's funny because Emmeline would always be like, she's like, if you quit now, like, how stupid are you gonna look, like, talking to some, not stupid, but she's like, what are you gonna tell people when they're like, oh, why do you have a barber pole tattooed on you? You're gonna
that,
be like,
and like you also don't know like where you're gonna be.
Exactly.
You know, you just don't know where you're gonna be. I mean, barber and his makeup is one the same. It's a little bit harder too because you have to deal with people.
Yeah.
Like you have to deal with people. I know with me, when I do a job and I don't feel happy about it, or somebody doesn't feel happy about my work I've done, I'm like, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm chopped. I can't do it.
No, it's definitely. I feel like
that's what it feels like.
It's the same thing.
It's so frustrating because but you can also do set jobs too. You can get you a little kid.
You know what is crazy is that
travel around, get on set.
I've actually looked into that, but I have to go into and do. I have to do what's called.
You talking about getting a union?
No. I have to get, because when they're looking for people to do hair. They have to be able to do cosmetology as well. So not just hair, not just barbering. So you need to have both the licenses.
I guess.
From what I've been told, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's different though. Like when you start getting on big budget sets, though, they have somebody for everything. Like they'll have a makeup person, they'll have a hair person, they'll have there's separate people for that. I mean, it's like getting a college degree and then you have to go work these stupid ass jobs that you were getting a college degree to go beyond. So it's just like. It's hard. There's an avenue to get into it because I thought only doing makeup you had to be in the union and do movies, but I'm doing photo shoots and music videos and stuff like that, which I prefer to do. I do love short films though, but I have to really, really want to do that film because they are weeks. They're a week. I have a week short film coming up soon. I don't know if they need me for the whole 8 days. They're gonna let me know, but it's like running a marathon.
And then how is it because you have right now you have a regular 9 to 5, right? And how is it balancing both your regular job and then doing your makeup career?
Right now I think I'm hitting a bit of a wall. You got me at the right time because I'm tired.
Definitely we all.
Well, yesterday I had to, the same person that I painted silver, I had to do the rest of his music video shoot. I had a 7 a.m. call time, but I also had a show right after set. So I had to get up at 4 a.m., do my show makeup, do my go on set until 5 p.m., leave, go straight to a show, and then get home. I got home around, 11.
Damn.
So I'm tired, but it's one of those grateful tires. I'm grateful that I get to work and do that.
Definitely.
But obviously even my job knows this. It's not a place that I want to stay. Obviously, I give my 100% at that job. I love that. The job that I have, I work at Sephora. I don't care. It's a great job to work.
I'd have her tell it.
Yeah, I work at Sephora. That's all the time. There's nothing wrong with working at Sephora. Sephora is one of the best jobs I think you could have.
You know what it is? It's more so because it's your own personal
business. My life, yeah.
Exactly. True. I wouldn't want to be the one
yeah. I'm an open book,
story.
so I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to be at or where I'm at. But if I feel I'm comfortable enough to say that Sephora is a decent job to work. You get benefits if you work a certain amount. It's a good job, but they know that I'm not going to be there forever. You know, they know that I have passions, a lot of passions, and they're probably frustrated with me just as much as I am with them. But it's honestly not that hard. Because again, that job I'm grateful that it's one of the most understanding jobs because if I have something, usually people will take that shift, or I can just go and talk to, my manager and they're like, we can figure it out. But with Sephora, I usually work mornings to afternoons. So I have time to go to a show if I want to perform. But makeup jobs, obviously it's an all day thing. Usually I get booked ahead of time so I can request that day off, and they're really easy. They usually just say yes to it because I put a lot of work into that job. So they better give me what I want. It's hard. It's very difficult because I feel like there's no time for me to reset. I feel like it's just me throwing things together to reset for another thing, and I'm not fully able to deep clean everything, my house, and refold clothes, which that's why I have a boyfriend for, garçon. No,
he does look like us.
He's sitting over there like my manager. So it's also hard because you want to find time for the people you love too. I don't want to just sit in the house and that's our time alone. I want to go do stuff, but it's I also want to lay down and put my feet up because they're swollen. Honestly,
I feel like you understand where my mental is at, because I feel like Like, don't get me wrong, I love Emmeline. I enjoy being around her.
I love Emmeline. Don't get me wrong. Love the girl.
But like to me, I'm just like, there's times where I'm like, yeah, I want to spend time with you, but I want to spend time here at home.
I want to sleep.
I just
Jesus.
Not even necessarily sleep, but just be in a calm, collective place. Yeah. Because again, our lives are so. Yeah. You know, so many people, so many interactions that we got to do that it's just one of those that I'm just like...
You just got to find it. Like, I know every moment with your partner doesn't have to be like this big thing. Like, I'm grateful to just sit at home and watch, you know, our favorite movies and stuff like that. But it's just like, oh my God. But especially for being in our profession, you're around people all the time. So your social battery is not as high as a lot of people's. So it's like I have to go to work. I have to customer service, and then I have to be a makeup artist, and I have to customer service and do all these other things inside of that, and then I have to go perform, and I have to be the host and life of the party. I also have to put all my energy out on a stage in front of a bunch of people, and like it's very vulnerable. It's a lot of being vulnerable, so it's like, oh my God, please cut the cameras dead ass. But it's fun. I'm also in ballroom. You might not know a lot about ballroom, but it's like it's another extension of the LGBTQ community, specifically the Black LGBTQ community. It's just, I don't know how to explain it in full, but ballroom is technically where, you know, you go out. It's another community where you go out and you showcase yourself, the best versions of yourselves. It's very fun. It's a kiki, which we'll get into that later. I have a game for you. Oh, yeah. Okay. But ballroom too. So that's also another extension. In ballroom, some balls go into 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning.
And that's what he was telling about the other day.
It's just, it's a lot, but it's like, I'm grateful that I was scared when I moved to LA. I was like, who am I going to find? Am I going to find friends here? Am I going to find people that like me, which I don't care about anymore. I'm grown. But it's like, am I going to find people that like me? Am I going to find a community? Am I going to get comfortable here? Am I going to build a life here? And I've done that. So I'm like, I can't sit here and complain about being tired, because like I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Facts. You know what I mean? Very true, very true. And then, so you say you started you went to makeup school fresh out of high school, and you did that. When did you realize, all right, I don't want makeup to just be a hobby, and now I want this to be like a full blown career where I'm, you know, doing what you're doing?
Before high school. I've always been into makeup. I've always done makeup on myself. I've always, like, my high school pictures are crazy. Like, be 8 a.m. in the morning, I got a red lip on, a cut crease, thick-ass eyebrows. So, like, I've always been a makeup girly. But in high school, it became like, can you put on these lashes for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And I was like, well, maybe. And also I genuinely didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to be none of this. I don't want to be a scientist. I was really into like forensics, and I wanted to maybe be like a forensic scientist, because I was really into forensics and like true crime. And I wanted to like help people. But then I realized like the dead body of it all, and I was like, maybe not.
You're like, I'm good with that.
I'm good. But I think I just kind of fell into it naturally, because that's just something that I always did. So I was like, why don't I just go? Somehow the problem was like to figure out how I want to do it. Like if I stayed in Texas, it would have definitely been wedding makeup. It would have been like, can you do this for a wedding? But I was like, how do I go do what I want? And obviously California was a mecca for like movies and sets and stuff like that. And I was like, how do I learn? Because I didn't know FX. Now I know FX. Now I know all that stuff. I knew glam, but I just didn't know FX. And I was like, well, okay, maybe I can go to school for that and then like have more experience in everything. So I was like, it was just only a plus that my makeup school had housing. And I was like, okay, that gives me this amount of months to figure out what I'm going to do after that. And I think that's possible. I can figure that out. I did get a lot of help from my mom too. Like she helped a lot. Like a lot of times she paid my rent. So I think I was grateful enough to have the help that I had. And I didn't really have to like, I definitely needed a job. I definitely needed to work a lot, because like I also realized being black and being in the industry, like you do have to work harder, because like it is a very white saturated job. So it's like I have to work harder, I have to behave better, I have to just do all these things, and it was stressful, but I knew it was what I wanted to do. I knew it was what I wanted to do even before high school, before elementary school. Like, I loved makeup. Yep, that was it.
Let's move.
When did you want to do makeup? No, I'm just kidding.
Started about like elementary.
Oh, right. Yeah, fresh beat.
Right. Last movie that made you cry.
Oh my God. Do I do that? What was it? Life of Chuck. The Life of Chuck. We watched The Life of Chuck randomly one night, and I bawled my eyes out. To be fair, is because it's about loss. It was about like this man actively dying, which that's all I'll tell you. It's just about a man actively dying, and it's just like the way they portrayed it was just so beautiful and just so, I don't know, something about it just really, I was like, please turn it off. It just really, oh my God, it hurt so bad. Okay. And the ending also made me cry because it was just like, what? Why? Life of Chuck, for sure.
Okay.
What movie do you have a movie that made you cry? Have you cried? You have cried.
I've cried on a movie. I've cried on
with Emmeline when you proposed.
That was probably the.
I remember that.
I actually cried after that for sure.
At the party, no? I remember you cried at the party.
That whole. I don't ask me about that party. I don't remember much of that.
We looked up. We were like, "Where the hell are they?"
I was
sleep on the couch.
I was out like a light, but. What's it called?
I've done your fiance.
Yeah, you've done.
We didn't even mention that. I've done makeup. I did makeup for Emmeline's proposal.
You did.
I was holding that secret in for so long, and then when y'all went to go walk the dog, and I was like, "We are in this room alone. I hope she doesn't ask me anything."
That was one of the hardest things to keep away from her. And
oh my gosh.
Okay, so.
Not that you keep anything away.
Everybody's loyal. Like, so anytime we all talk about secrets, it was like, oh, that was so hard for me to keep from him.
No,
like Manny's birthday.
That was hard. But no, so like the whole planning stuff. So all that planning stuff started October.
Jeez.
In my head, it started in October.
Yeah.
Right. I think I talked to you in like December about it, and that's kind of when we were really like. Full wheels in motion, and like I was talking to everybody, and like you guys, like for people that don't like, for me and Emmeline spend a lot of time together. So like if there's ever a time you're looking for me, I'm most likely with Emmeline.
Yeah.
Or if there's you're looking for Emmeline, she's most likely with me. So for me, hiding text messages, talking to people without her finding out, like.
Yeah, that's
getting
so hard.
Everything in order. It was the hardest thing, and it was one of those that it was just like, okay, how am I gonna do this without having to show her that like there's something going on, right? And don't get me wrong, that was just the hardest thing in itself, but everything planned out, really well.
Yeah, it went great. I was so happy.
Shout out to everybody that really helped me out with that because it was not easy.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, we got to go home and change. We got to go back to this party. We got to go wait. Hopefully it went well. Do you think it went well?
Oh, no, it definitely, it was fun. It's funny because, again, my planning started in October, and when, my whole mindset was very like how am I gonna do this? Because she's always said like, if I get proposed to, I want to be it to just be us. I wanted to nobody really there. I want to have my hair cut, my makeup done,
that's my girl.
My nails, all that stuff, right? So it was just very hard to really like, hey, you should go, get your nails done. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not going to have time. Thankfully, look, shout out to her mom.
Get your fucking nails done.
Shout out to her mom. She was very like, no, how are you going to go do pictures with no nails done? Like, they're going to take pictures of your hands most likely. Like, your hands are going to come out in these pictures. And then she's like, no, okay. And then, but it was just.
It was amazing.
It was a
so
lot.
Cute.
It was a lot to say.
You did it.
Yes, definitely.
Fiance of the year.
For now, till somebody else beats me. Till somebody else beats me. But talking about favorite movie that made me cry, and that will probably always make me cry.
Color Purple. I'm just
No. Color.
I've never seen it.
No, never. What's it called?
Explain it. I'll probably know it.
It's called Under the Same Moon.
Under the Same Moon.
Yes, it's more of a.
Who's in it?
A lot of Hispanic artists.
Okay.
A lot of Hispanic actors.
See.
I don't.
I wouldn't know.
Might be saying his
Seaway.
name wrong.
I wouldn't know.
But it's pretty much. Long story short. Yeah, this is it's pretty much immigration, like people coming over.
No, that will tear me up. That would tear me up.
I'm telling you, that movie will.
That would tear me up.
I can still probably watch it right now, and I can still cry.
I can't.
Also, Marley and Me has made me cry.
Marley and Me has made a lot of people cry. Try
Me.
going through it though.
No, I don't want to.
I did last year. I just didn't make it a big thing.
I remember. I saw that you were going through your own.
It's my baby, my little baby.
Yeah, and I'm like, like I said, first dog.
It's crazy,
so
man.
I'm like, and you look at him and
he looks like he's a puppy. That's a baby.
You think he's a baby?
He'll live forever.
10 years old.
He'll live forever.
I hope so. And I'm just like, fuck.
But he said, "Let me don't take pictures."
He's like, I'm done.
He's so gentle though. He walks around these lights and stuff so gentle.
Yeah, because I think it's
he's
just
a good boy.
He's scared of like it falling over and tipping over and him being a little dog. But
Manny sobbed to Project Hail Mary, like sobbing, like he took his glasses off and wiped his eyes.
Really?
Like, not sobbing over a rock, mind you. It's a good movie, but it was just like, oh my god, he is really tore up.
We're on the topic of movies. I just watched Michael.
Michael. Oh
Michael was.
Listen, there's a lore behind me and Michael. When I tell you, I was one of the die-hard fans. As a child, I had like the shirts. I had a Michael Jackson bag I would carry around. I had a Michael Jackson album. Michael Rita give me my albums back. My dumbass, I kept taking them over there. I don't know why I kept taking them over there because that's all I listened to. Also, I was like, no, I don't listen to that shit. Put this in. So like I would like sit in front of the TV and listen, like watch his videos. Like I was just that deep into it. Like obviously, like it's so crazy because now like the stuff that people are learning now, like could have like completely cleared who he was back then. It was just like so different though because like the internet and stuff like that, like all the stuff that people know now that cleared his name, like we been knew, but like I can also understand like little nigga go find people your age. So it was just like it's weird. It's one of those things. So I stopped listening to him for a long time. Like I was really, because I don't fuck around with like victims and stuff like that. I don't play around with that. Like so if somebody is saying like something happened, like I don't care who you are, I don't care how connected to you are, like I'm done. So like a long time, like right up until he died, I just didn't really listen to him like that anymore. And then he died, and then I was in shambles, and I felt bad for being in shambles. It's weird. It was like a weird like. It was a weird moment because it was like I don't know this person. I don't have a relationship with him, but he pulled me out of a lot. I've been through abuse, and he pulled me out of that abuse. So it was very hard to like disconnect and reconnect and stuff like that. But like now that I've read up on a lot of it, like I know for sure that like, well, I don't know for sure. We can't say shit like that, but I know he was cleared from what happened to him. But like his music and like the things that he stood for really like he helped me. Like his music helped me. It was a time in my life where it was a dark time where he helped me through. But when the movie came out, I think it just like reignited something in everybody.
No, definitely.
Everybody, like we've been watching videos since we watched it the second time. We've been just going through his interviews, his videos. I've been showing him stuff he didn't know about. So
no, yeah, there's a lot of things.
What was your favorite part?
Damn. I think my favorite part of that movie was just... I mean, I had a couple favorite parts, obviously. Yeah. The movie overall was a great movie. But
Jafar, like, spoke just like him.
I feel like... yes, he definitely did.
It was crazy, huh?
He definitely...
I jumped out of my seat.
I was just like, dang. Yeah. But I think for me, it was... One, when he finally became his own solo artist, right? And then when he also was like, you know what, the Jackson 5, I'm no longer part of the Jackson 5 because of,
it's just Michael.
It's just exactly. And like, to me, I think those parts were just amazing, just because again, he
didn't really have that individuality growing
exactly
up.
It was always the 5 of them.
Granted, the movie is a very watered down version, very chewable version of his life. So like,
I honestly
that's
think
why a lot of diehard fans are like, oh, this movie kind of trash, and they cut out a lot of things. So that's where the big like conversation about it.
I hear it had a lot to do with like
people don't want to be in it.
No, that, and I hear that there was a lot of like legal red tape around it because
some people didn't want to be it. Some of the people didn't want to be it. Diana didn't want to be in it. There was a whole scene with, I think, Michael and Diana, and they didn't want to be in it. It was just a lot of things cut out. But I mean, my favorite experience was like just seeing the people come out for it. We had a good audience when we first watched it. There was one guy who was deep in it. He would stand up and be like, "Whoa!" Like, I think the experience. Not a lot of people get to experience Michael Jackson live. Nobody really did got to experience Michael live for $20 a ticket. Yeah. So like, to experience his music at that capacity, that loud, like,
it was definitely
it was crazy.
Because it was centered in the his based on the movie was the last part of it was in the 80s, right? I'm like, fuck, man.
Did you know he had a concert the day before 9/11? I had to teach Manny this. He had his 30-year anniversary.
Oh, actually, I did. I saw it.
It was with Usher, all those people. Those clips you see, that was the day before 9/11, the night in New York, Madison Square Garden.
I remember seeing.
It's his fault. I'm sorry. Bad joke.
Usher's or Michael's?
Yes.
One of them.
We gotta figure that out.
It was just. It was definitely one of those. It just made me upset because I was like, "Fuck! Why wasn't I born earlier?"
Yeah, it makes you mad. Yeah,
like this life, like, because like again, like you said, Jafar looked a lot like him, and he was,
yeah.
You just see it, and
Michael's
you're just
son, like, he had to step off set because he got overwhelmed when he saw him and he heard him.
And I'm just
he had to leave set.
I heard that Jafar paid a visit to Bubbles, his monkey.
He's still alive.
And that he was like if you saw the look in his eyes, because again, animals don't really. They know. Yeah. They don't know, but they know. Mm-hmm. But exactly, yeah. And Planet of the Apes is crazy. Stupid. But
that movie's about Michael.
He went up. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. But alright, this concludes the last episode because I'm gonna get canceled for this shit.
What? Damn it! I knew this was gonna happen without going on. It's alright.
But like I heard that the look in Bubbles' eyes was one of those that it was just like
familiar.
Damn, I know you.
Yeah.
And like, you look at him like regular pictures and you're just like, fuck this.
Bitch, I'd be scared as fuck.
This looks just like
There's
him.
one video of, I always like the show of Michael aura farming, where he is him sitting next to Bubbles and Bubbles he acting the fool and Michael just goes, and Bubbles sits down real quick. Michael didn't play.
No, but yeah, it was overall great movie.
It's a great
movie.
Do
I think they're gonna make a part 2? Probably.
Yes. Yeah, they have to.
They
alluded to it at the end. They have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
His life is just so expansive. No way you can stop at
just bad.
No way.
I feel like that's where it all just. That's like I don't want to say the peak, but like just going towards peak.
Oh, it gets better.
It definitely does.
It gets better. I just know what's coming and it's gonna tear me up. We all know what's coming.
Yes,
and it's just gonna absolutely wreck everybody.
But, like, I was telling a client the other day that back when my stepdad used to drive us around, he had three albums. First of all, this man is Hispanic as fuck. Like, I am telling you, like, this.
Beat it.
He had a Queen's album. He had a Kenny Rogers album.
Oh,
and he had a Michael Jackson album. Dang. And we only heard those 3 motherfucking CDs all the fucking time. He keep in mind, he'd go from track 1 to track from beginning to end on all these albums, and I was like, fuck.
You said, okay, mijo, let's play it again. Mijo, let's play it again.
But back then as a kid, you're just like, fuck, I don't want to listen to this shit. Like,
see, the same thing with me, but it was Adele. My mom had all the Adele's out. Man, I was sick of her playing that. I know every Adele song now. No, I was sick of that lady. Ooh, 21. I think that's the name of her album. I think it's 21.
Is it?
That was a good album. She played that one. I was like, okay, we can keep it on for a minute.
Oh man. But what was the most unusual thing you've ever eaten?
Unusual.
Most unusual thing. Like you're like, damn.
This outfit. No. Damn, unusual. I mean, I've had one of those lollipops with the scorpions in it.
Okay. You know, that's a what's it called? A delicacy out in Mexico, in Durango.
Well, I'm from Texas, so
yeah,
that's Mexico. Texas is Mexico.
Texas is Mexico.
I just want to say Texas is Mexico. You can't kick Hispanics out because that's their home. Period. Don't ever try to say that Texas is not any part of any Hispanic. The way I grew up with Hispanics, I grew up with more Hispanics than I did white folks. Texas is an extension of Mexico.
Definitely.
And it'll always be that. You will never be able to knock that culture out of Texas. Ever, ever, ever. And a lot of people don't like to pretend like Texas is like cowboys and these white grown men working blue-collar jobs. Hell no. I just want to say that. Because it triggers me sometimes when people say shit like that. But yes, we had a lot of those lollipops in Texas, and I tried it once.
It's like right there, too, as well. But, so talking about Texas, have you seen the show Landman?
No, what is that? Is that new or old? Old show?
It's a newer show. It's definitely newer. It's like maybe 2 seasons in, but it's pretty much about oil business in Texas.
Yeah.
But I mean, check it out and tell me if that's exactly how you would see Texas.
So there's a lot of different type of Texas. Like I technically grew up in like the neighborhood / city Texas. There's the hold up bumpkin Texas that like there's like the city, the neighborhoods. Then there's like the hood, and then there's like the country bumpkin, like the very much like horses and cowboys and stuff like that.
A different word there.
What you thought about to say?
I thought you were about to say the horse.
The horse, those are there too, baby. Okay, where do you think I come from? It's just it was but it was.
Thank y'all for supporting me up to this point. I'm done.
You're not. You didn't call me a whore. I called me a whore.
Shit. I'm canceled. I'm canceled.
No, you're not. I'm doing great.
Hey, it's good to be controversial.
Right?
Doing great.
It is actually.
Controversial takes? We can do that. No. Okay. See. Okay. So a lot. What the Texas I grew up. The Texas I grew up in is, of course, I've been in those areas. So like, it's different. It's not like a lot of. It's not what you see on TV, because on TV they're gonna give you the glorified like.
I feel like that's how it is everywhere. I feel like that's where it is with everything though.
Yeah.
I feel like because again, people come to and I'm not saying look, California is not one of those that there's definitely opportunity everywhere. You can definitely grow from there, but that's where we're also getting fucked because now all these prices because everybody wants to be over here.
Yeah, everybody wants to be
here.
But also in the same breath, all the Californians love to move to Texas.
Definitely.
They love to move to Texas to look rich. There was one boy I went to high school with named Kevin, and everybody thought he was a chick because he was from California.
You know, that's the crazy thing, that's how it is vice versa.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it is both ways, But
I feel like when I'm here, they're not like that. Oh my God, you're from Texas? I have an uncle's great cousin's second sister's brother who lives in Austin, and I'm like, okay.
What's crazy is that I'll talk to people and I'll be like, well, you're in Texas. Where in Texas? So like, oh well, where is it?
McKinney?
McKinney, and then there's another Allen something.
Allen,
no.
Allen, Texas. There's an Allen, Texas.
Maybe. I don't know.
But that's like.
But we'll go with there.
At least look, Allen, I'm thinking about his country.
But
I have a game for you.
Oh fuck me.
Are you ready?
Yeah, can I ask?
Is this the first game? Is the first game of the podcast?
Game wise, yeah.
Okay.
That it gets done to me, yeah.
So obviously we know Pride Month is next month.
Yes.
June 1st is when it starts.
We don't know now.
Yeah, and now if you didn't know, now you do. I want to quiz you on popular gay terminology and see if you can guess what it is to your best.
Oh, shit.
You don't have to know. You just have to guess what you think it is. Okay. The first one is serving face. If somebody goes, "Oh my God, you so beat," what does that mean?
That your makeup is on point. Is it?
1
Damn.
point. Okay. What about the library is open? When somebody says, "I'm about to read the shit out of you," what does that mean?
First of all, that sounds sexual as fuck.
No, it's not.
They about to tell you how your personality? I don't know.
No, it's like throwing shade. So it's like, oh my God, your pants are ugly, but it's like in a clever way.
Okay.
Like you walk out the house with that shirt on, something like that.
Okay.
Spill the tea. You know what that means? What does that mean?
You know, cheese man.
Okay.
Drop in.
Okay.
Some
let's see. What is so this is how you describe somebody. Damn. A bear. What does that mean?
A masculine, hairy, big.
I
know this.
Dictionary.
I know this.
I know this because I am that.
Guys, actually.
I've heard this.
Okay, so you know what a bear is.
I'm not completely like oblivious.
Okay, you know what a bear is. So what's a twink?
I'm guessing the opposite of that.
Which is
like super clean, super like
my boyfriend. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wait,
because I'm looking for your approval to be like, hey, you're right. Yeah.
Wrong one.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, what is a gold star gay?
Damn, like top tier gay?
Nope.
No?
So a gold star gay is a gay man who's never been with a woman before.
Only been with men.
You did pretty good. Good job. You answered
I
that bear question a little fast.
No, because look.
So I think you can put hashtag LGBTQ in your bios now.
For real? No, it's because again, like I said, it's not like I'm not around.
Yeah, of course you are, but you know it's just funny to see men explain what they think. So
no, definitely.
You obviously don't know what the big things are.
No, big things I don't know. Yeah,
you do know big things, don't you? Bear. What?
No. But
all this to say is protect your trans and your LGBTQ plus and your gay friends, please. Now more than ever, we do need to come together as a community to protect each other, especially the marginalized community. Especially the bears, specifically for this guy. He seems like he's gonna miss them if they go away. I cannot believe the quickness you answered that.
I actually knew that was one of the very few.
No.
I was like,
I saw the light bulb appear over your head.
The way he answered before you finished the question.
I know.
I got that. I can call one right now.
What's it called? What motivates you to keep going when times are tough?
Oh my God. Baby, I'm all home. Another right now. No. My dog? Absolutely not. He's getting on my nerves right now. He's getting on my last nerve. I guess it would be, I do it for, I think now I'm coming to a point where it's like I'm doing it for me to see what I can do, because I have come from a crazy life, a very crazy, traumatic, horrible life. It wasn't all horrible, but the things that I experienced were not something a child should have went through. And I came out of that feeling like I will never be able to be anybody. Like I just was very doubtful of myself. So I just do it to prove to myself that I know I can do it. I also know that I have something to offer to, not the world, but just I have something to offer to the people nearest me. And like if I can put a smile on my friend's face or people that I don't know's face, then like it means something to me. As far as like my work, burlesque and drag, like that's an avenue for me to really express who I am. Just being a Black person in America in this time right now, I feel like now more than ever, like I really want to be the most of myself that I can be, because a lot of people are trying to push that out. And I'm sure you can feel the same way about you and your community too.
Definitely.
It just right now it just feels like they're trying to make it to where we can't go anywhere. We have to be this certain type of person, and I feel like that makes us work harder, especially with the life that my mom gave me and the way she grew up and the things that she didn't really get to do. Like, I'm so glad to, and so I want her to be able to experience a life that she didn't have. And of course she's able to do that now for herself, because like she works so hard. Like, I want to be her. I want to be that. Like, I want her to, now she like travels and she gets to do all these things, and like I want to do that now. I don't want to have to wait, you know. I don't want to have to wait till, like, you know, after, I don't have kids, but after my kids grow up, or, you know, the right time. I want to make that happen for myself. And I think what motivates me is like wanting to do that on behalf of my mom, because she didn't get to experience that because she had us. And it's not our fault that she wanted to go out and do that, but she did it, and she raised us to be hard workers. She raised us to stand up for ourselves and do what we want and be unapologetic about it. So like, I don't want to let her down, and I also don't want to let me down, because like growing up, that's the same thing, that's something I want to instill in myself and like kids that I have. Like, do it for you. Obviously make your money on it. Obviously don't get into something that might harm you, but like, you won't know if you don't try, and I want to at least try. And you know, if something happens to fall off on the way, then it was never really for me in the first place.
Okay.
Bloop.
I like that actually. But
was that good, manager? Was that a good answer? Thank you.
That was very PR trained.
Thank you so much.
Was it good? What's a decision you've made that you regret?
Sitting to the right of me. Far right.
I was about to say, hold on, that's me.
No, I'm joking.
That's probably her best.
Yeah, true. Very true. I don't regret. I regret not standing up for myself, and sometimes I regret allowing myself to be silent. In summer, were you silent or were you silenced? I allowed myself to, you know, be silenced, and not, you know, out of fear of being perceived a certain way. And so I chose not to express myself or say how I really felt in that moment. I regret those moments, because I feel like, dang, like, you need to be that. You need to show up for yourself, you know? You need to show up for yourself and stop doing that. I don't regret anything. Everything that has happened to me up until this point was meant to be. That wasn't, you know, a harm to me or my body, but it's I don't regret anything. I do wish, you know, when you have a conversation with somebody, an argument, and you get in the shower and you're like, shit, I should have said that. I have a lot of those moments, but I don't ever have any regrets, you know.
I like that. And then 2 more questions before I let you go.
Oh, it's already over? Boring. Dang, I hated this.
No, we could definitely talk for days. We could talk for hours. It was fun. But who's your hero?
Well, duh, we know who it is.
Michael?
No. Michael, specifically the one before 9/11. My hero is... You're not. If white people can make jokes, then we can. Damn it. If
I get canceled,
it's me. Thing. Okay, listen. Don't cancel Cristobal. Cancel me, okay? It's okay to cancel me. But also, if you do cancel me, it's anti-black. So think about it. Think about it. Choose a side. My hero is my mom. And it's so crazy to say, because, like, we didn't really connect when I was growing up, because, I mean, it's not her fault. She was going through a lot. So I don't think it was even possible for her to, like, you know, get herself out of what she was going through. But like now, like, that's my bestie. Like, I call her every day. We talk. You know, I always tell her, like, you always sit here and say, like, I'm not one of your little friends, but like, bitch, you are. Like, you my homegirl. Like, I love her down. And me personally, my sister and my brother didn't really see, or maybe wasn't like privy to a lot of the things that she was doing or she was going through. But I remember being there. Like, I remember being there, picking up the pieces, like cleaning up, cooking, just making sure like she didn't have to worry about anything that she didn't have to worry about. And I just saw just how hard she worked when she didn't want to, when she didn't have the strength to, and still show up for her family, show up for my brother, show up for my sister, show up for me. Like, I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she found the money. I don't know how she found the time. But, like, that's my girl. That's my hero. And, like, now to get to see her live the life that she wants and, like, do the things that she wants and travels, like, that means something. So that's my girl. That's my hero. And I want her to never die. No, she be getting on my nerves sometimes, too. Moms get on our nerves. It's okay. I can tell her that. I can talk to her and I can be honest with her. She taught me to be honest. She taught me to be no, she taught me to be like, it's the other word that starts confrontational. Like, if you feel something like you don't like anything, she tell me, like, if there's something that you don't want to do, quit now before you get too deep into something that you can't get out of. Like, there's nothing wrong with quitting and restarting. Like, the amount of times we have restarted our lives and moved, like, we've moved literally to the next street over. Like, my mom is not a person to, like, be stuck. She taught us to never be stuck. If you want to start, there's no limit to starting over. Keep doing it until you feel it's right. And she bestows a lot of things on me. She also likes Manny more than she likes me. Anytime I call her and I say, Manny does something wrong to me, she's like, well, what happened? What did you say to him? And it's not fair. You know what? She's not my hero anymore. I'm going to change that. Whatever. Last question. Oh my gosh.
So you're obviously on social media.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
In a jail cell, because apparently I'm canceled. You can find my makeup page is Makeup Artistry, PRI Makeup Artistry. That's where you can find my makeup page if you want to book with me. Maybe. I am very open. I know I say I'm a celebrity makeup artist, but I'm very open to the community. Like, hit me up if you have any questions about anything makeup related. I will be helping you for free $99. Do not expect to pay me for anything. I would love a tip, but I'm very open. I'm a very open book. If you have any questions, like, I'm here for the community. My main page is Thrift City, Texas. Thrift, like a thrift shop. City, like the city. Texas, like yeehaw. If you want to see some boobs and butt, I guess, if you want to see my real life, and I do a lot of my burlesque and drag on that page, that's where I'm at. I also sell stickers. I know you sell stickers too. You're going to have to give me one to put on this cup.
Don't sell them, but yeah.
You don't sell them?
No.
You give them away?
Yeah.
Girl, I sell my tickets. This is because it's an illustration, like an actual illustration to me. That's why I sell it. This one, and then this one. I might give it to you for free. Dang, now I feel like...
Now it's just like, fuck,
now I feel like I'm the one that's doing capitalism. What the hell? I've had so much fun on this show. We've talked about some things.
We've definitely talked about some things. I appreciate.
I don't know if your family and friends are going to like me anymore.
They definitely will. But,
protect your community.
Thank you for being here. All right.
That's it?
That's it.
That's your closing?
That's my
Damn. Oh, bye.
Oh, I didn't even finish. Huh?
No, you didn't. You were just like, thank you, bye.
Bye.
He's got to edit all the things that I said out. He got to edit everything that I said out.
No, but go ahead and check us out. Remember, we're on YouTube, Spotify. You'll see us on Instagram. You'll see me on TikTok. Go ahead, like, comment, follow.
Do that.
DM. We're here to listen to the people.
Cristobal is the first person to interview a black person ever. So you better watch and subscribe and follow.
Oh, man.
There's history being made in this room. Good night.
No, not today.
Now.